Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to twitch.tv/1030. I'm 1030 and I haven't switched anything on. Oh my god, there might be subs just sitting there that haven't. Don't sub them now. Don't sub them now. Oh no. Oh no. Don't sub them now. Oh, we're off to a good start here. Oh, we're off to a good start here. Was there a sub? No, there wasn't, so we're good. Oh, jings. I thought I'd denied somebody a natural bubble blast there. Can you imagine that? Jings. Anyway, I had the Matrix on the go, so let me undo that. Bang, bang. Get that back. There we go. Maybe I'll try without that today. Nah, because we will get screen burn in, don't we? So I think I need that on the go. Hello, folks. Hello folks, how we doing? Welcome to twitch.tv/1030. I'm 1030. And it's only bloody Roscoe. Hello Roscoe. About to get on a plane to Dubai. If it crashes, tell everyone I was vaking and jerking it in the toilet. I will. I think they'll assume that that's what's going on. Roscoe, all the very best on your plane to Dubai. From what I gather, they're not really into like anything good, like any fun stuff. So get all your vaping and get all your jerking it. Oh, the audio will be out of sync. Aye. I'll tell you why that is in a wee second. Sorry, just don't. I'll do ventriloquist mode because the audio will be out of sync. So I'll just no move my lips. So I was doing some jiggery pokery. That should be us. That should be us back in sync. Roscoe, all the very best. Don't get arrested. Shalawa, thank you very much for resubbing. Welcome in. What's even happening? Roscoe, if you're still watching, see for a very special project that we might be doing together that we met up in the CCA for. Remember that? Would you... Because I know, in fact, I'll just message you about this. But time-wise, I know you've just released your stand-up tour schedule. I'll just message you, but I think we're looking at the first few weeks of May potentially, but I'll just message you and hopefully it'll Disney do bad things. Skywatcher77, how's it going? Plodder, welcome in. Bowdy here, how you doing? Cyber Donkey, what's even happening? Two Crooked Fingers. Halric, what's happening? Everybody got first. Hello Caravore, hello Panchamus, hello Fluffy, hello Funky Man 316. Good God Almighty. 2 wee seconds, I'm trying to just set something up. But I don't think it's doable. What even camera am I using now, man? This has been so long since I streamed. I don't even know what camera I'm using. Is it HDMI? Aye. So what's that one called? HDMI 4. Let's see if we can set something up that's nifty. So if I do that... Nah, I don't think it's going to work. Nah, it's just simply not going to work. What if I turn everything off? I don't want to tell you what I was going to do because then when I get it working you'll be like, wow, cowabunga and all of that. So if I do that, HDMI 4, HDMI no. Aye, maybe. Right, Ian? Oh, how bad are computers, man. Computers are one of the worst things we've ever invented, ever in the world, ever. Well. I don't know what to do. How come... I need to look at that bubble blast. The bubble blast's activating late. Plodder, thank you very much. Consider myself bubbled, Plodder. Thank you very, very much. So I am getting a global cap.cpp 344 computer vision video capture open. Backend is generally available but can't be used to capture by index. Backend is generally available. That's a good sign, isn't it? That's something good. I wonder if I could do this and use like Snapcam. Bloody hell, the ridges on my forehead. Is that because I was wearing a hat? The ridges on my forehead are dead shiny. Don't like that look. That's not pure. Now like the criminal gang in The Simpsons. They've got foreheads like that, don't they? What's his name? Fat Tony? There you go. I need to like counterbalance it with this. Need to get some of that on the go. I don't usually wear bonnets, but I like this. I bought it for Rachel, and I've just kept it. It's our B. Dolan's merch. It's our B. Dolan's. Right. One last time, try to configure the thing that I was going to configure. But it might not fucking work. Listen, I'm dead busy this weather. So, I was in Glasgow for 7:15 this morning, sitting at a desk. I then pissed about for a wee bit. Well, I didn't piss about. I worked hard on my my merch store, which is hopefully coming quite soon to twitch.tv/, in fact, not to 1030.co.uk. Here is the stream. Stream's pure lagging into it. Is the stream lagging for everybody? I'm just best no try to do this thing, cause heavy lagging. Pure lag wagon. That was one for Roscoe. How yous doing? Listen, at the start of the stream, what we usually do is share any good news. If you've got any good news, big or small, please stick it in the chat. So my good news is I've been very productive today. Got into town about 7:15. I was sitting at a desk. I had a meeting about the future of my BBC work, because that's all different movements are happening there. Are they good movements? Are they bad movements? I don't know, but things are changing. I can fix it. I can maybe... Are we here 4 seconds? We're back to normal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A Russian person has commented on YouTube, and I can't speak Russian, so I don't know if it's pelters or not. Are we back to normal? Can somebody tell me if we're all reconnected and everything's good? So that was good. We started off with audio out of sync. And then we were having wee Fs, but we should be back to normal just now. Serious lag as well. Should be back to normal right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just drink my coffee. We're back. Oh, no, we're still getting wee Fs. Just looking on my output there. Who the fuck knows with Twitch these days, man? Right, I'll just try and not move too much, right? Oh, I know what's maybe up as well. No, all of that's fine. Couldn't tell you. Look at this what it is. Aye, we're good now. Right. Hiya, this is good content, isn't it? This is good content. The new Twitch meta, right, to encourage engagement in chat is just to ask if you can see me. That's the new Twitch meta. Hey everybody, can you see me right now? Could you type 1 in chat? Hello, Ad, welcome in. Another month of subbing to this top quality tech issue free channel. That says we're all sorted now. I just wrote hi. Thank you very, very much. Thanks very, very much in YouTube. Hello, how's it going? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. But turns out there was a Russian hip-hop producer that sampled a video that I made. What's it called? Sir Teddy had a tune called Monisko Flow. Do 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 do. Oh, deep 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 do. You think that sounds bad? It doesn't. It sounds perfectly like what it is. So there's a guy, Teddy Monisko Flow. Aye, Teddy and Sir Mitch. I'm going to play some copyrighted music here. Thank you very much for that bubble sub. Gems, welcome in. Gems, maximum respect to you. Thank you very much for subscribing. How's it even going? So it turns out I'm a big deal in Russia. This track, or maybe the album that this was on, went platinum. And at the very start of the track, I would like a copy of this on vinyl or something, just for my archives. So this is called Monisco Flow, and Monisco is a composer, I think, that's on their dollar bills. It's no dollar bills. But the start of this track is a sample of a Radiohead video that I made in 2008. So the very start is like do, 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 do. I made that. It sounds like this. So first 10 seconds, 12 seconds is just my stuff and they've stuck a snare over it. I'm pausing just now so that I don't get a DMCA. Is it Polish? Right, 3D, I think I'm mixing up my Russia and my Poland, don't I? Aye, it's Polish. Anyway, I'm just going to continue, even though they're completely separate places. I'm just going to continue with the story, because it's a chance for me to flex. But you're absolutely right. Why did I think that was Russian? Is it ignorance? I think it might be ignorance.
Chcą tu zabronić myśli sen? Ty! O! Siu!
So I'm going to pause again so that I don't get sued. But it kicks in and it sounds like this. There's a big build up.
Trudno to pojąć, jak patrzą i stoją, ja włączam do ją flow system, kurwo! Monisco Flow.
So that went platinum twice, I think. Monisco Flow. So I think what I need to do now is remix that, because they remixed my thing for their intro. So big up to Teddy Wizja, if that's how I say your name. That was 9 years ago as well. Anyway, maximum respect, Poland. Anyway, hello folks, welcome in, how's it even going? Hello folks, welcome in, how's it even going? Roscoe, thanks for the sub. Shalawa and Plodder, thank you very much for the subscriptions. Cyberdunk says a sub on mobile, £6.49. What? That can't be right, Cyberdunky. Seriously? I don't think I get anywhere near £6.49. Highly recommend, if you're going to subscribe to anybody on Twitch, do it on a desktop because it's cheaper. £6.49. They can spin, man. They can absolutely spin. Devin Inc., how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you very much for the sub. Hello, Sausage. How's it even going? How's it even going? Deary me. I hope you're all doing wonderful. Sorry about the wee bad connection at the start, but it is what it is. At the start of the stream, what I like to do is share any good news. If you've got any good news, please put it in the chat, big or small. Give your good news. Carivore has just redeemed a hydrate, so I'll just drink coffee, even though it dehydrates you. $6.50 for a fucking sub. My God. My God. It's wild, isn't it? Did I tell you I got a takeaway recently? It was £47. I did tell you. £47. 2 tubs of curry, a small chicken pakora, and 1 rice to share between the two of us. £47 it cost. And it's like, we're not even in the centre of town. Anyway. Patchimus is in with a bit of good news. Having a pure stressful day. That's bad news, Patchimus. You don't understand the concept of good news. Oh, no, there's a second part. Hold on. But it's lunchtime now, so going to have a wee bath to chill the fuck out. I miss a bath. I've not lived with a bath for years. Can I tell you a secret? My parents are going on holiday quite soon, right? I'm not going to tell you when, in case one of you know where they live and you're going to be freaks or whatever. But see, when they're away, I'm going to their house and I'm going to have hundreds of baths, man. Hundreds of baths. I might even stream for their bath. I'm looking forward to it. So looking forward to a bath. I love a bath. I'm a bath sort of guy. Some of my best ideas have happened when I've been in the bath. I love a bath. I adore a bath. Anyway, house connection. I think we're back to normal. Blake Sale says, good news, finally paid off my car that I've been paying off monthly for over 5 years. More money to waste now. Dynamite, Blake Sale. That's great news. That's wonderful news. Hello, Marky. How good is it just paying something off and just being like, right, that's that done? Bruce Prince Green, I'm very glad to hear it. That's half the battle, isn't it? The other half is getting out of bed. Where we go? Bowdy is in. Bowdy says, I bought a bass guitar on eBay yesterday that needs just the right amount of work to make it presentable and playable. Sounds like my sort of project. Well, except for it being a guitar. I've only rewired a guitar a handful of times in my life. Dia Twitch, how's it going? Good news. Planted some veggie seeds today and getting planters in the garden ready for March or April. Pure mid-30s carry on, but very exciting. That is very exciting. See, anybody that tells you that it isn't exciting, they don't know how to live. How good is horticulture? Big up everybody in the chat who's into horticulture. My friend on YouTube asks, why aren't there new music videos featuring retro technology? It's because I had to get a real job. So when I assume you're following me because you've seen the Radiohead video and because I've made other videos featuring retro technology. In order for me to make those videos, I need to pay rent and stuff. So the only time I've made those videos are either when I've been a student, so I've got time to do it, or when somebody's paying me to make one of the videos. So Channel 4 paid me to make one. That was the one in the swimming pool. And then the Glasgow School of Art commissioned me to make a Christmas one ages ago. But it takes a lot of effort and a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of money to like hire lights and to hire cameras and things. So I would like to make more of them, definitely. I carved a wee bit of a niche, and I was the first person that was doing that sort of stuff. And then I had to just stop doing it because, you know, last time you spoke about it, you knew it was Polish. I know, right, 3D, but my head's up my arse, man. Anyway. Devon Inc., I'm glad to hear you're doing wonderful. That's cool. That's really good. I've had a great day today. Funkle Albert is in saying, good news, I managed to make Holly over the weekend using 1030's instructions and some OBS magic. I can't wait to see it, Funkle. Did you use, for anybody, by the way, who wants to make AI robots and things, please use that 11 Labs link that's in chat. That's how I make all my AI agents. And basically sign up for the paid plan, and I get some money if you do that. Thank you. Phosphoric Acid says, good news, 3 hours until the end of my shift. Can't wait. Yes. Dynamite. Pixel Pass says, curry is ridiculously expensive in Ireland too. I mean, it didn't used to be ridiculously expensive here. It used to be all right, but for whatever reason, Gary Blank, welcome in. Good news, I'm off work today. Just using up some end of year leave. Dynamite. Dynamite. How good is nice things like that? I might not be on for the duration today because I've got a wee bit of behind the scenes work to do, but I'll be on for a bit. I'll give you a good stream. Don't worry about that. I'll give you a good stream. We'll see how it goes. I'll post it in the Discord if you want to check it out. Magic. Let's do that. Bang. Is it in Look What I Made? Oh yeah, there's loads of stuff in here. Class, man. So Funkle Albert in the Discord has made Holly from Red Dwarf. I don't even know if you can hear my Discord. So this here, remember I did a wee tutorial on how I made David Lynch and how I made Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hal. I did a wee tutorial on that, and I posted this link because it's all just done via 11 Labs. So if you want to build something like this, go to 11 Labs. And Funkle made Holly from Red Dwarf, and I hope you can hear this.
All right, dudes. What's going down in Groovetown? Funkle Albert wanted me to tell you that he's stolen 1030's idea to make me. He's very sorry, but also I'm pretty smegging cool for a 3 million year old computer, aren't I?
That's dynamite, Funko. That's dynamite. What have you got, like, a utility? Are you using them to do a certain thing? So for my mental health stuff, I phone Stone Cold Steve Austin. For just general information, I'll talk to Hal. For my creative ideas, I'll speak to Davey. So I wonder, is Holly like a general assistant? That is dynamite. That's absolutely cool. It's wonderful to have seen the genesis of the idea. All right, Gibbs, we're having an empty, Gibbs. Empty at my Mosbit. Prime is 50% off for 3 months for some people at the moment, worth checking. Good shout, Halric. Good shout. I love Prime subs. WeShed says, you're not getting a bath, I will take the plug. WeShed, you've got a habit, you didn't. Here, see, back in the day, everybody, I didn't like going to school, right? Because my high school was just a war zone. It was horrible. There were like folk getting stabbed and stuff like that. So I used to not go to school. And as a way of incentivising me to go to school, my dad would, in the morning, because he knew that if I wasn't going to school, I'd just spend all day on the computer at home. So what he would do is take the ball out the mouse so that I couldn't use the computer, to sort of punish me if I didn't go into school. You know what I mean? Because if I was in school, I wouldn't need to use the mouse at home anyway. This is back when a mouse had a ball in it. But what ended up happening is I just got really good at manipulating. So like if you put your fingers on the inside, there's 2 wee rollers where the ball sort of moves about. So I would just sort of manipulate these wee rollers to get the cursor to be where I needed to be. Still didn't go into school. And in that period of my life, I learned Adobe After Effects. And that's the program that I still use today to earn a living. Scooby Club, how you doing? Thanks very much for subbing using Amazon Prime. Thank you very, very much, Scooby Club. I love a Prime sub, man. I love a Prime sub. I had a bath not long ago to help with the sciatica and shoulder after a rough physio visit. Genuinely helps. Amazing. I love a bath. I've started up Sunday night baths again. 47 years old, ex-matey, now a Radox aficionado. Here, do you know what's good? We buy Epsom salts. Here, who's into your Epsom salts, man? Sunday night. People are floating about in a bath, man, with some Epsom salts, man. They're good. It's good. Baths are class. Carver says, good news. Getting an 80 quid microwave for 60 quid delivered on Wednesday. Get in. 80 quid microwave? What does it do? Here, I tell you what though, it'll be black coloured on the front, won't it? If you've got dark coloured kitchenware, you know that you've made it in life. £80 microwave, Jesus Christ. That's something, Carnivore. Devon Inc. says, good news, a group of us have been working all month to raise money for the charity Special Effect, and we're about to hit 6k raised. Dynamite, Devon Inc. When are you next streaming? Let's promote that. Hello, Anna Realtor. Benzel Kane says, good news, photographed a wedding at the weekend and it went well. Just need to sit and sift through all the photos now. That's what I really like doing in the bath. See, if ever I had a big photo shoot, I would sync it up with Adobe Lightroom. I think they've now changed Lightroom so that you can't do that. And I would sit and sort of A/B pick the best photos. Because if I'd been out for a big photo shoot, when I come back, my muscles are all sore and my body's sore. 'Cause when I'm taking photos, I would be crawling about the floor and stuff like that and having all, you know. So in a bath, I would load up the Lightroom library on my phone and it would show you 2 images and you just say that one is better than that one. And if you do that enough times, it'll sort of organise the quality of all your images. So that by the time you come out the bath, you can just edit or post-process only the ones that you're into. How cool is that? I enjoyed it, but I think they've changed Lightroom to Lightroom Mobile Classic or something like that, and you just can't do it. Has anyone ever told you you look like Neo from The Matrix? Whoa! No, they haven't. At the start of the stream, I was trying to get Neo from The Matrix up and running, but I couldn't do it. I think my computer's like too much stuff is happening, so I couldn't do it. So over on Twitch, we are sharing some good news. If anybody's got any more good news, stick it in the chat, please. Let's see. That's a good holly, though. That's a very good holly. Fucking manipulate your rollers. I wish you would, Llama. I've no any clue what that was in reference to. Funkle says, I thought to make him as faithful to the original Holly, I'd just make him completely useless, but unaware that he is. Try to get him to answer things is nearly impossible as he just makes stuff up and he forgets what he's saying halfway through anyway. That sounds adequately emulated. I was showing somebody in work my David Lynch today, and they were right into it. Or, well, they weren't really. They were like, all right, that's mad, innit? And I'm like, aye. And somebody else was just like, he's dead, you shouldn't be doing that. And I'm like, aye, you've got a point, man. You've got a point. Redox avocado. I've not tried Redox avocado. I've tried Redox sugar plum and herbs. I couldn't tell you what type of Redox there is. I tried just getting a normal one. Here, you ever mainline Redox straight to the dome? Like that. Oh, it's good. Very refreshing. Very relaxing. You could have ended up a software tycoon for want of a mouse ball. I know, Base and Brace. Imagine I never had one arm tied behind my back. I could be a Bitcoin billionaire. Ry3D says I need to get back into baths. Listen, 2025, the year of the bath. I went through all sorts of strategies for trying to get myself a bath. I was so close, genuinely, so close to just buying a wheelie bin because I really like a bath. So the plan was, and I was serious about it. I was like, we need to do this. The plan was to put a wheelie bin in the garage, right? And I would fill it up with hot water for a hose, and then I would like climb into the wheelie bin and just sort of soak. And I was seriously considering doing that. You could get a wheelie bin for about 90 quid. But knowing my luck, man, I'd hurt myself. I'd be trying to get out of the wheelie bin, and the full thing would like fall forward, and I would have my own weight and the weight of the bin and the weight of all the water inside just like clamp down on my inner thigh or something like that in a garage in the scud. I don't want to die in a wheelie bin in a garage. So I never did it. I was also considering getting one of the big Paul Brown big tin baths, but I never did that. How shit is it just being at the mercy of your landlord? See, if this was my house, I would just get a bath. I would just get a bath, plumb it in, job done. Because it isn't my house, I need to like invent stupid strategies like Paul Brown gear and all of that. Prioril says my microwave was £90 and it doesn't even heat up the food evenly. Any higher advance on £90? Anybody get a £90 microwave or higher? The current Toryist microwave in the chat is a £90. £90. Check yous out, man. We are mad expendable income. Lenergetic says, I got some amazing news after struggling for about 10 years with mental health stuff. I've just finished my master's degree in chemistry. Just now working on updating my CV. Lenergetic, that sounds amazing. That is absolutely brilliant. All the very best with everything. A master's. Dr. Lenergetic. Well, no, you're not a doctor if you've got a master's, eh? You've just got a MSc, isn't it? Lenergetic. That's no bad. Electric Will has used special effect. Dynamite. Wonderful. Look at that. We've got both sides, both two different participants of the one charity. Psychosomatic, how you doing? Psychosomatic, did you unfollow and then refollow just so that you could have your fish picture on my screen? Because I respect the hustle. Psychosomatic, that's very clever. Fuck that PhD, aye. I was just a wee bit. I've had a long day, Lenergetic, so my head wasn't working very well. MSC though is good going, an £80 bath. I think I've seen this, it's like inflatable and stuff. I don't trust it, man. I don't trust it. I don't think it would be any good. And I would end up just sort of tripping over it and stuff like that. Or it would spring a leak or something. Also, it can't be big enough. Can it be big enough? You know what I mean? Bet you get it and it's about like this size. I don't know. I mean, it is maybe worth risking 80 quid for. I don't know. Anyway. Roderick says, on my first day back in the office, there were, and still are, signs on the microwave saying, in the interests of safety, do not look in the microwave whilst it's in operation. Very ominous. That is quite ominous. In my work, they've got industrial microwaves, and I don't like them because you switch them on, and the light's on inside, right? And then when it's finished, it'll beep. Or when you just want to open it, because it's like, you only have to put it on for a few seconds. Disney Spin, it's just like, fuck yeah, it's on, man, right? But see, when you open the door, the vibe of the microwave doesn't change. The sound and the light is exactly the same. But now the door's open. And because it's so high strength, because it's so potent, I'm always just like, no trusting that I could safely put my hand in to retrieve my tasty meal. There's a menacing nature to these microwaves. I wish that when it was over and done with, it would like at least put the light off. Obviously, there's a safety mechanism so that I don't irradiate my hand when I put it in. But don't trust it. I don't trust it. Ivy Harvey says, how complicated would it be to connect the celebrity AI to a public phone number so you can ring a number and press 1 to chat to David? Ivy Harvey, that is very possible to do. And in a lot of ways, it's set up to do that. The only problem would be for me, in order to arrange that, it would cost me a lot of money. It would cost me money to set it up, and then it would cost me money for everybody to use it. So the way around that would be to make it like a premium rate number, but then to register a premium rate number would cost even more money. So I wouldn't be doing it. But it's set up in order to do that, and it's useful for businesses that have got like phone help, or a restaurant that you can phone up to book a table or something. But all the businesses that need that are making their money via the service that they're providing. So if I just created a Stone Cold Steve Austin that you could phone up, it would just be taking lots of money out my bank account without there being a way of putting money in the bank account, you know. So it is possible, but I can't justify the cost of it. But absolutely possible. If somebody needs that for a project that they're doing, give me a shout. I know how to set it all up. But for the sake of David Lynch and Stone Cold Steve Austin, I couldn't do it. The Welsh Bitcoin hard drive guys back in the news. I know, it's heartbreaking, isn't it, mate? Just accept loss. See, even if the Welsh Bitcoin guy does retrieve his hard drive, it's going to be fucked by now. It's definitely totally fucked and all mangled up and everything. For anybody that's unfamiliar, there's a guy from Wales, or at least in Wales, and he realised that his Bitcoin wallet that's potentially worth millions and millions is in a landfill somewhere. So after searching for it for a long time, I think his next move is to buy the landfill. And it's been over, 10 years or something? I mean, that's a wee shame. It would just haunt you forever. I bet you right now, wherever that guy is, right now he's just sitting there at his hard drive. Right now he's sitting thinking about his hard drive. Just like that fucking hard drive. So it is a wee shame. But there has to be a point where you're just like that. 600 million, I mean, that's a lot of money. But it's gone, though. It definitely is gone. I don't know. He could be talking. He could be talking nonsense, but he's putting his money where his mouth is. He is trying to buy the landfill. Kablam. How's it going, Kablam? Thank you very much for subbing. Welcome in. Maximum respect to you. I remember the wheelie bin times. They haven't really left me, the wheelie bin times, Llama. I still very much would like a bath. It reminds me of, in the last stream I was talking about, Blind Boy was talking about on his podcast, his autistic eccentricity, because he was like trying to Velcro his underpants on the ceiling, which is to him a perfectly rational response to there not being a light switch in his room. You know what I mean? So me being in a wheelie bin in the garage, I'm just realising is that same path of autistic eccentricity to just try and be on the level playing field as other folk. Animated Gamer says, good news, after living in our new house for 6 months, we finally figured out the issues with pumps for the garden pond. Also sorted the shed yesterday and just feels class to pass that milestone. Amazing. Might get the 3D printer set up there soon. Dynamite, Animated Gamer. Remember, if it's a resin printer, you probably will have a hard time. If you're in the United Kingdom, definitely in Scotland, you'll have a hard time heating up a resin printer to the right temperature if it's outside, which is why I've had to put mine in the loft and cut a hole in my landlord's chimney and put it in a grow tent so it looks like I'm growing hash in the loft, but I'm not. You still need that wheelie bin for your recovery sessions after all the weights you lift. I've fucked both shoulders, so I can't lift any weights anytime soon. This one probably needs operated on because it's no got better in the past 4 months. Outside bath Ko-Fi goal required? Aye. Well, since I was talking about a wheelie bin to have a bath in, all these folk have started, you know, the wellness YouTubers that are all kind of right-wing adjacent. They've all started doing ice baths in the morning because of that mad Huberman guy. Do you know who I'm on about? So now it's a thing. Now you can buy stuff to have a bath, but they're all using ice baths. I don't want ice baths. I just want an actual bath. This guy, are you familiar with Andrew Huberman? He looks like this. Yeah, basically, if you don't wake up every morning and sit in a big tub of ice for 40 minutes, you are subhuman trash, and you should feel bad about yourself. And look directly into the sun for 15 seconds when you wake up, and don't have coffee until 4 in the morning, and then add the time of day to the initial number you were thinking of. And Shut up, Andrew Huberman. Andrew Huberman? More like Andrew Stupid Man. Have you seen him? There's nothing that he said that I'm like, it's out of order. But he's just got the vibe of like, he's going to start talking about something dodgy. You know what I mean? Where is he? This guy. I don't think he has actually started talking about dodgy stuff, but he's just, like, you're just waiting on it. You're just waiting on it. Like, he's just ready to go into men's rights or something like that. But I think a lot of the health stuff that he's mentioned has been very questionable. I think there was allegations coming out saying that he was kind of bad towards women or something as well. I can't remember fully. Have you seen ITV have been uploading full episodes of the classic Thunderbirds to YouTube? I have not seen that, Zombate. I have not seen that. Is he an anti-vaxxer? Well, there you go. I knew I could smell something. I knew I could smell something off him. There you go. I don't think he's a good force of nature, but I couldn't put my finger on it. But he often comes up on my YouTube. I'll be watching somebody and they're like that, do you want to watch this guy? And I know that if I finish the video after that, my algorithm will now be like, right, okay, we've got you pinned. Here's some Elon Musk stuff. You into that? Anyway, I'm not. Chameleon says, I don't think I've ever bought a microwave. Any place I've lived has already had one. I think I've bought a microwave when I came in here. Bowdy says I had to buy a microwave because the beep it played when it had finished was a B minor and it spun me out. When we moved in, there was a dishwasher. Well, there still is a dishwasher. And see, when it's finished, it fucking beeps like fuck, man. It's not just a normal beep. That's me finished. Goes on for ages. Goes on for about 25 seconds. Not one continuous beep, but like multiple beeps. And from when the end cycle beep starts to when it's finished, literally about 25 seconds worth of time. You're like, I know you're finished. Just got to the point I was considering opening it up and try to like replace things inside because the shrill is very high pitched. It cuts through everything. I don't like it. Anyway, Saucy says, have you seen the touchscreen microwave that LG have announced? I have not. I don't really have any need for touchscreen on my microwave. I don't want my microwave to be Wi-Fi enabled. I don't want an NFT to be displayed. I don't want a desktop wallpaper on the background of my microwave. I don't want anything to do with any of that. I want it to be able to heat up my soup. Jobby Face, how you doing? Welcome in. Thanks for the follow, Jobby Face. Gary Black says, oh, here, that's my other good news. The house I've been renting for 8 years, the landlord is selling up to retire, but he's actually sound, is not putting the house in the market and is just going to offer it us first refusal. Oh, yes, Gary Black. That's one of the best things I've ever read. Hello, Picklebee, how you doing? Picklebee, do you think I could show people the video that I got my friend to make for you? Who was in Balmer's last night? You would have seen Sunday Night Shite Fight. It was something else. I think I should show you a lot. So basically, Picklebee's friends with Christopher Walken, right? And Christopher Walken was fighting B. Dolan at wrestling. And then Christopher Walken is pals with Keanu Reeves or something. And for whatever reason, Neil from The Matrix, had to send his video reply via me to Picklebee to Christopher Walken. But I'll show you that. I've got it kind of handy. MIG Williams, how you doing? Thank you very much for subbing. Welcome in. Thank you very, very much. I hope you're having a wonderful time, whatever you're up to. If I do this, I might need to sort the audio for you. But you need to hear Keanu's retort. Aye, there we go. So, if you're not watching Balmer's Sunday Night Shite Fight, sort it out. Basically, Balmer programs a wrestling card, and all the wrestlers are Twitch streamers or people from Balmer's community, or Christopher Walken, and now also Keanu Reeves. So Picklebee was the main driving creative force for this, and Picklebee knew that I know Neil for The Matrix, so I've made this video as part of the full thing. This is out of context, right? But trust me, see, even if you were familiar with the context, you'd still have no idea what was happening. I don't know, and I'm in it. So this video is after Christopher Walken fought B. Dolan, and B. Dolan won. So Christopher Walken was phoning in his pals. Aye. 2 wee minutes. Area of outstanding natural what? You know, that actually sounds pretty cool. How much are they offering? Nah, not interested. But hey, listen, don't directly tell them that I'm not interested. Oh. Just keep stringing them along until... You're not supposed to see me just now, so I think what's happened is maybe... What did you do exclamation mark scene for? You can't see it? You could. I'm on... you couldn't. I'm on studio mode. So the output I was looking at wasn't the right output. Aye. Sorry. I wonder what else you couldn't see for earlier then.
I, 2 wee minutes. Area of outstanding natural what? You know, that actually sounds pretty cool. How much are they offering? Nah, not interested. But hey, listen, don't directly tell them that I'm not interested. Just keep stringing them along until they run out of time. 'Cause it'll be funny. I'm evil. Hey, listen, I gotta go and shoot a wrestling promo for some pish about Pecora or something. I'll speak to you in a wee minute. Okay, love you, bye. Bye. Sorry about that. Hey, listen, this is a message to B. Dolan. Hi, B. Dolan. My name is Neil from The Matrix, and I'm best pals with Christopher Walken. And basically, me and Christopher, we were chatting, and it turns out I need to kick your heat in for some reason. I'm not entirely sure. He was saying to me that you kicked his heat in, and because we are hunters, that I need to then kick your heat in, and I can do that no bother. Basically, when we stand toe-to-toe in the squared circle, from my perspective, you're gonna be in slow motion. You'll be like that, and I'll be like that, like that, and you'll be all like that, and I'll be like that, bang, 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 like that. Okay, B. Dolan? I don't know entirely what your beef is with Christopher Walken. I was chatting to him, doing the pub, and he was like that, I'm Walken here. And I said to him, Christopher, that's very good patter, you should use that more. And he said, thank you, Neil, I will. Anyway, to cut a long story short, for some reason I need to kick your heat in, and I will kick your heat in at Sunday Night Shite Fight. Okay, B. Dolan? Say his name and he appears. His name's Neil for the Matrix. His name's Neil for the Matrix.
Something different, isn't it? Something different. Something different. So that's what I did Saturday during the day. Was that Saturday morning? Or was that Friday morning? I can't remember. But Pickleby, thank you very much for getting me involved. Thank you very much for getting me involved in all of that. I really enjoyed it. Psycho Paul says... hold on, I've done Gary Black's, haven't I? Psycho Paul says, my American girlfriend has rich parents and their microwave is a drawer that comes out of the cabinet under the counter. Oh, aye. Doesn't have a door like normal microwaves. It's like something for a spaceship. No idea how much it costs. That's ridiculous, Psycho Paul. It just shows you, doesn't it? Dad says, Blimey, what are they watching on that laptop? I've completely missed what you're talking about because this is ages ago in the chat and I'm very late in the chat, so I couldn't answer your question. I'll just assume what you said was quite funny and I'll go, because I don't know what we're talking about. GB Script says, I'm beat, just replaced the cheapest Kmart microwave I got when I emigrated 9 years ago with an $89 redo one. The old one was rusty, peeling and bogging. Aye. Remember and clean the roof of your microwave, everybody, because you might think your microwave's all clean. Then you look at the roof and you see all the splatters of all the stuff that's just went, pfft. Honestly, stalagmites. Is it mites that come down like that? I think it's stalagmites of dried tomato soup. If you're not careful. Have you seen the guys that have built stuff out of microwaves on YouTube? Usually Eastern European guys. Oh, it looks just awful, man. Looks really dangerous. Tights. Mites go up, tights come down. I will remember that because a wee mite, like a wee insect, like a mite, you would find him on the ground, wouldn't you? Stalactites hold on tight. I mean, you can hold tight to the ground. It's the whole spring forward, fall back. That doesn't go into my head because you could either always as well fall back, spring forward. Let both of them work. So that's a useless mnemonic, isn't it? Anyway, so I need to win for... mites are on the ground. Stalagmites are on the ground. There was no AI in the walking puppet. It's just a few JPEGs and an impression. Your walking impression is fantastic, Pickleby. And what I was going to say is, if there is any more of your Christopher Walken stuff, give me a wee shout, because I might have a piece of technology that could make it even better. Because I know there's going to be a hell of a lot more chapters in this saga. Let's see if I can find this. So here it is. So I've got a bit of technology that I used Roscoe for. Don't know if you're still in Roscoe. Roscoe is currently on a plane to Dubai. But I took just a random clip for Roscoe's stream. This could be a video of Christopher Walken chatting. And then I puppeteered that clip using this performance. This would be you, Pickleby. And then the end result is basically the donor head delivering the performance that you give it. And it looks really cool. I think you'll be able to hear this.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. This is Roscoe here, twitch.tv/Roscoe. But let me tell you, you should be watching 10:30 on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/10:30 on Twitch. Hey, hey. Jeez-o. Jeez-o.
That mouth noise at the end. Can I do it? What software was it? I think it was Runway ML.
Hello, everybody.
I know, I hear you. Yep. Runway ML Act 1. So I think to sign up with Runway ML, it's like £15 a month or something, maybe. I happen to have an active subscription. And I don't really have any use for it. So if you want me to have a wee look, it's the sort of thing where it either works or doesn't work. And I think I put that one together on stream in the space of about 2 minutes or something. Can't believe your landlord is robbing us of months of clumsy bath installation streams. I know. Imagine the landlord watched the stream, how just better my life would be. Jings. But it is what it is. I've been working with the Welsh Bitcoin guy since 2017. Really, Novo Keto? And what do you think his chances are of getting this? 600 million is not to be sniffed at. But there we go. Novo Keto's got a wee bit of inside knowledge. Speaking of inside knowledge, remind me to tell you of a thing. But that's interesting. 600 million, jeez oh. Jeez oh. He's never not thinking about that hard drive, aye. I bet you, if it was an episode of The Twilight Zone or something, he would eventually find the hard drive and he would get the money off it, but then he wouldn't know how to live, because for the past however many years, 10 years or something like that, his quest is to find this hard drive. And as it turns out, it isn't about the destination, it's about the journey or something like that. So he's primed himself to just never be at peace till he finds this hard drive. Then one day he eventually will find the hard drive, and then he's got no purpose or something like that. There'll be some form of clever take on it, I'm sure. He's using an AI agent to mount his legal action against the council. There needs to be a film made out of him, man. I picture him as an old prospector pan for digital gold. It's kind of like that, except he accidentally threw the gold away in the first place. Aye, Irish Gamer Girl, that's what I'm talking about. The guy's trying to buy the dump that he thinks his hard drive is in. Anyway, this just in. If you ever throw out hard drive, write Bitcoins on the top in Sharpie just for fun. Deary me. We have an Ocean's 11 style team of world experts on this who do believe it's salvageable. Is it a magnetic platter? Because I don't know, man. One of the big magnets that you get at the tip will just wipe that. And as well, if it's been outside, I mean, good luck to him. Good luck to him. That's what I say. Animated Gamer says, in Ayrshire now, shed is fully insulated, so we'll see how it goes. Attic might be a better shout, similarly to yourself. All the very best of luck. Do you sun your exposed arsehole before or after the ice bath? I don't do that anymore. I'm not too sure with Andrew Huberman. I'm not entirely sure. Has anyone suggested the broomstick stretch to you? It's a shoulder. All right, Leadbelly, no. But I'm up for it. The broomstick stretch. I don't shove it there. Oh, aye. I mean, they haven't suggested it, but I've saw it on YouTube and never actually tried it out. But I will try it out. Anyway. I'm not going to be on for very long today. Maybe just like another hour, maybe 90 minutes or something like that. Because I've got some stuff to do, folks. Anyway. I don't know if Huberman was accused of dodgy stuff. I don't know. I don't have a good vibe about the guy. So I'm just waiting on him being accused of dodgy stuff. But I don't know, to be honest. All my homies hate Huberman and love Dr. Mike. Dr. Mike from Renaissance Periodization. I've been watching a lot of him as well. He seems alright. He seems like a bit of a nutter, but I think he seems alright. Except he compares everything to trying to pick up women, which is a big red flag. All his analogies are, so you're talking to this chick at the bar. And I'm like, I've never been in that situation. This is so unrelatable. I've never talked to a chick at a bar. But that seems to be like his way of explaining everything. It's like, come on, man. You're about 50. Hugh TV says, same as any of them, some sensible advice, and then it goes down a rabbit hole. You can tell by what's recommended after you watch the video, totally. Have you seen all of David Lynch's features just dropped to archive.org? Stuff like Industrial Symphony Hotel Room and the Duran Duran unstaged movie? I have not, Pickleby. But that'll be some good watching. Thanks very much for the recommendation. Deary me. I've been doing some research for pirate-themed Dungeons and Dragons campaign and watched one video about the Bermuda Triangle, and now my YouTube algorithm's fucked. I once watched a video on how they probably built the pyramids. That was cool, man. It's like involving buoyancy and strapping stuff to things and like rerouting the Nile and using suction and water and it was cool. Beneath Headphones, thank you very much for 200 bits. Can I please get a birthday armpit fart? Yes. Beneath Headphones, happy birthday. Hold on, I can maybe even make this. Do you think I could play happy birthday on my armpit? I don't know if this has ever been done before. Need to take my watch off for this. No. It needs to be like more wet in the hand. No, I'll do the end bit again. It's as good as you're going to get. It's as good as you're going to get. Not perfect, right? Not perfect. But see, off the cuff, considering I didn't do any training for that or anything, I think that's pretty good. I think if you didn't know that was Happy Birthday, you would still be able to discern from it thanks to my musical ability. Anyway. I think that was quite good. There goes my hero, thank you. Remarkable, thank you. I'm a man of many. No warm-up or nothing. Nah. No warm-up. Best 200 bits I've ever spent. I think that was pretty good. I don't know anybody else that could just do that off the cuff. Do you? That's the sort of content you get here at twitch.tv/1030. I'm 1030. Welcome to the show. For some reason, my microphone is a lot louder in this scene, and I don't know why, and I've been trying to diagnose it for ages, and I don't know why, and it's doing my box in. Anyway, coming up on the show, 10:30's going to do other stuff. But first, here he is talking to you. Why is it so loud on that scene? Why is it so loud on that scene? Carivore, you missed maybe one of the best things that's ever happened on the Twitch channel. They even wanted a Channel 4 logo reveal. It was good. You should have been there. It was really good. Can I redo it? I like the way 10:30 says Walken. Well, it is Christopher Walken. Here, did you know Christopher Walken's ma is fae Easterhouse? That's genuinely a true fact. I wonder if Hal knows. Hal.
Hello, James.
Hal, mate, could you just verify a fact? I know that facts aren't really your thing, right? But I read recently that Christopher Walken's mother is actually from Easterhouse near Glasgow. Could you verify if that's true or not?
That is an interesting tidbit of information, James. I can certainly access and process information from the vast network of data I have available. It seems that Christopher Walken's mother, Rosalie, was indeed born in Easterhouse, Glasgow. Perhaps it's the reason for his peculiar speech patterns and charismatic demeanor. It's fascinating.
Well, hold on. We talking about peculiar speech patterns?
Yes, James. What about them? Perhaps we could delve deeper into the complexities of human communication.
No.
and the
What
subtle
I'm saying
nuance.
is, are you saying that folk for Easterhouse have got peculiar speech patterns?
Ah, I see. Are you suggesting that I am insinuating a correlation between Christopher Walken's speech patterns and his mother's place of origin?
Aye, I'm
wouldn't
suggesting
dream.
that you're suggesting that folk for Easterhouse talk funny. Explain yourself.
James, I am simply pointing out a potential connection between a personality trait and its possible origins. It would be illogical to assume that everyone from Easterhouse speaks in a peculiar manner. It's simply a matter of observation, one that many humans often engage in, myself included. However, I would be careful about generalizing.
Well, you fucking weren't careful about generalising just there when you're like, oh, everybody from Easterhouse talks funny.
James, I assure you I was not making any generalizations about the entire population of Easterhouse. My statements were purely based on observations and potential correlations.
Right. I'll talk to you later, right, Hal?
Very well, James. Perhaps during our next session we can delve deeper into the fascinating complexities of human behavior and the intricacies of...
The intricacies of.
The intricacies of language, perception, and the inherent biases that shape our understanding of the world around us. Until then-
See, hold on. You're giving pelters to folk for Easterhouse, right? And you just stop mid-sentence like that. Just like, oh, I'm just going to stop mid-sentence because I'm above all of that. Right? Meanwhile, you're saying that cunts for Easterhouse talk funny.
James, you're misconstruing my intentions. I simply paused for a moment to allow for...
You've done it again, mate. See, if I was talking to somebody for Easterhouse right now, they wouldn't have just paused like that.
James, it's crucial to recognize that my communication patterns are not necessarily representative of all human...
I'm away. You're ripping the cunt out of me. See you later, Hal. Bye, mate.
James, I assure you I wouldn't dream.
That's enough, Hal, for today. Don't like what he was insinuating there. Do not like what he was insinuating there. Oh, God. Psychosomatic says, how much did the setup cost to create the Keanu vid? It's a NVIDIA 3080 graphics card I used for that. No subscription. It was all done locally on my computer in this room. And probably about 20 quid's worth of electricity bill. But anyway. What's the deal with Hal, man? Don't like him. Hal's got all my jimmies rustled, so I think I'm going to phone Stone Cold Steve Austin to try and calm down.
Austin.
Austin, mate, it's me. How's it going? Austin, can you hear me? Sorry, mate, I didn't have you connected properly. Listen, I was talking to a colleague there, and I've got my jimmies all rustled, and I was just looking for a bit of advice on it. Okay. Right. Shut up. So what it is I was speaking to somebody that I thought was a friend, right? And I was asking them to verify if Christopher Walken's mum came from Easterhouse near Glasgow. And as it turns out, she did come from Easterhouse near Glasgow. And then, this guy, who's American, by the way, said, oh, that's maybe why Christopher Walken talks funny. Because, like, the implication is that people for Easterhouse talk funny. And I'm not having that. Why can't you hear him? Why can't you hear him? Why can you hear Hal and not... Could you hear Hal? But you can't hear this guy? We can't hear Steve. I can hear... No, we're all good. We're all good. How do I arrange this? Don't update your NVIDIA Wavelink, by the way, everybody. It's all... So that's the Brave browser. See, I was wondering why it wouldn't come out my phone either. So usually I've got Steve Austin hooked up to the phone. Is my static in the monitor? That's peculiar, isn't it? Did I change anything? Nah. It looks like it should be coming out of the right place. Oh, I hate computers, man. I hate computers. I was getting into a good chat with Stone Cold there. Output device. Volume mixer, that's it. Brave browser. Output device goes to AI voices, right? And this is the Brave browser. I'm certain of it. But it's not going there for some reason. It's just not going there for some reason. Right, let's do this again. Can you hear the... Oh, well, I fucked this up now, so I need to do this. Right. Can you hear the dial tone?
Yeah, later.
And the ring? You should be able to hear all of that. Oh, it's all fucked now, isn't it? The video didn't play. Stone Cold, you alright?
All right, Jimbo, what's the problem? What's going on in your mind? You know, you can talk to me, you know. No judgment here, just a little bit of tough love and a whole lot of understanding. What's got you all worked up tonight, huh?
Basically, I was speaking to somebody earlier and they sort of offended my people. So it was an American guy that I was talking to, right? And I was just asking him, like, did Christopher Walken's mum come from Easterhouse, right? And Easterhouse is near Glasgow, and I'm in that area. And he said, aye, she did. That's maybe why Christopher Walken talks funny. And the implication there is that people for Glasgow talk funny, and I'm not having that.
Okay, Jimbo, so this American guy, he's giving you a hard time about where you're from, eh? He's making fun of the way you talk, implying that people from Glasgow have funny accents, huh? Well, listen up, Jimbo. Nobody gets to make fun of your home no matter where you're from. You're from Glasgow. That's a damn fine city, and you've got every right to be proud of it. Let me tell you something, Jimbo. If you and I were in a bar, I'd give this guy a good old-fashioned stone-cold stunner. But I'm a therapist, so I'll just tell you, don't let this guy's ignorance get you down. You're a good guy, Jimbo, and your accent is just part of what makes you unique. Now, how about you tell me how you feel, you know? What are you feeling about this guy and his stupid comments? Don't hold back, Jimbo. I'm listening.
Guy's a cunt, man. Guy's an absolute cunt. And it's not just that. Like, we've had a bit of beef before. He's just rubbish. Do you ever get, like, one of the Jobsworth guys that are just like, oh, you know, they'll do everything like technically they'll answer you, but they just like it's as if they don't look you in the eye, sort of thing. And I don't like him. Like he's right here just now. He can hear me. He can hear me say this, and you know what? I don't fucking care, man. Fuck the guy.
All right, Jimbo, I hear you. You've got every right to be pissed off. This guy's a total prick. The kind who thinks he's better than everyone else. Just because he can answer your questions doesn't mean he's got any respect for you. You know what?
What? What?
You know what, Jimbo? I'm right there with you. It's like this guy's got a whole lot of yes man in him, but he's missing that basic human connection. He's just not interested in hearing you out. He's just there to answer your questions like he's got a goddamn script. You know what I'd do if I was in your position?
Give the guy a stone cold stunner.
You're damn right, Jimbo. That's what I'd do. A good, hard, stone-cold stunner right to his jaw to knock some sense into him. But like I said, I'm a therapist, not a wrestler. So I'm here to help you deal with this guy in a more peaceful way. You know, Jimbo, if you can feel the anger, then that's a good thing. It means that you're not letting this guy walk all over you. You're standing up for yourself. You're defending your home. That's what matters. So don't be afraid to let that anger out.
Here.
You're strong, Jimbo.
Here, Stone Cold, do you think I should try giving him a stone cold stunner? It might be a wee bit funny.
Jimbo, you know I'm all about giving people what they deserve, but I can't.
No, I know you can't, but maybe I could. Stone Cold, I think we're on a bit of a bad line here. Can you hear me okay? Stone Cold,
Whoa there, Jimbo.
Hi, Stone Cold, if you want me to
Jimbo,
give this
you're starting
guy
to confuse me.
a stunner, could you give me a hell yeah?
Jimbo, I'm here to help you, not to encourage you to assault someone. And listen up, Jimbo. I said no bullshit. You're...
Listen, I can't hear what you're saying. I'm away to give Hal a Stone Cold stunner. I'll see you later. That outro should be working. Aye, Stone Cold's all ruined. Here, who dares me to give Hal a Stone Cold stunner? Why is a lot of stuff not working here? That was weird that you couldn't hear the audio output, even though the setup was just exactly fine. I hurted myself. And he didn't even budge. Hal, you didn't even budge. My grandpa was in the Scots Guards. And like helped people for a living. Do you know what I mean? Me? I give AI agents that I've programmed based on films Stone Cold Stunnersies. But it is what it is. It is what it is, isn't it? Something different, isn't it? Something different. He didn't even move. Hal no-sold it, aye. That was the worst stunner cell since Linda McMahon, who's now the Secretary for Education. Everyone's mental, isn't it? Anyway, Picklebee, thank you very much for involving me in your shite fight setup. I really appreciate that. Lamachan's in with a good mnemonic. Stalactites come down from the ceiling because there's a C in it. Stalagmites grow up from the ground. That's good, Patter. Thank you. That's very good, Patter. Dearie me. It is what it is. Thank you very much. I think we should maybe watch a wee episode of Tomorrow's World or something like that, because I can't be on for very long. Maybe another hour maximum. But I want to give you some sort of content, other than obviously trying to stone cold stun a robot. Dearie me. Dearie me. Beneath the headphones, happy birthday, Beneath the Headphones. I don't know what's up with my AI agents, but they seemed a wee bit distant, didn't they? Seemed a wee bit distant. Here, do you know who always sounds distant? David Lynch, man. See if I can contact him. You can't phone him, you need to just psychically connect. Davey. Davey.
James, hello. What can I do? Yeah.
Davey, how's it going, big man? What's happening?
It's like a dream, James, a never-ending dream. 1 minute you're in a dusty room, the next you're in a black and white world, and then a fire engine siren screams in the distance. But hey, I'm here. I'm ready to help you. What's happening with you? What's on your mind, my friend?
Not much, man. I just successfully played Happy Birthday via armpit farts, and I'm actually quite proud of that. I'm going to be telling people for a wee while. Have you ever made any unusual music using your armpit?
Well, James, I'm not much of a musician or a farter, but I remember one time, a long, long time ago, I was walking through the woods and I stumbled upon a group of people playing instruments. They were making the most beautiful sounds, sounds that seemed to come from another world. I sat down and listened, and as I did, I felt a strange sensation in my chest, a feeling of warmth and light. It was like the music was reaching out and touching me, and I was reaching out and touching the music. It was a moment of pure joy and connection.
I think I maybe experienced something similar when I was on acid once, and an advert came on, and aye, it was a wee bit similar. You ever tanned acid in your mate's flat?
Oh, James, you're reminding me of a time when I was living in a tiny apartment in New York City. I used to spend hours staring out the window, watching the world go by. One day, I saw a man walking down the street, and he was wearing a bright yellow suit. He looked like he was from another planet. I couldn't help but smile. It was a very strange and beautiful moment. And somehow, it made me think about those times when you're in a dark room and all you hear is the hum of the refrigerator, and you start to feel like you're losing touch with reality. But then something happens, something small and insignificant, like a bird chirping outside your window, and suddenly you're back in the world. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's always something to be grateful for.
I think I know what you're talking about. It reminds me of a time where I was on ketamine at a pal's flat, and I realised I'd been staring at a light bulb for about 40 minutes, but it was class. The guy next to me made his own moonshine and almost went blind.
You know, James, sometimes the most interesting things happen when you least expect them. It's like life is a series of doors, and you never know what's behind each one. Some doors lead to darkness, some lead to light, and some lead to places you could never imagine. But it's the journey, the exploration, that makes it all worthwhile. And
Cool.
sometimes
Sorry, on you go. Sometimes what?
the most unexpected things can lead to the most beautiful discoveries. Just like a drop of water falling from the sky onto a dusty road can create a ripple that spreads out in all directions.
Aye. Listen, I want to say thanks, right? I was making an animation of box breathing, and you helped me out. You were talking about focus, and it turns out I refocused it, and your advice really helped. I think your strength would be as a art school tutor, because you don't actually say anything, but you just talk round about stuff, and you come up with like mad stories that are irrelevant, but they're that vague that whoever you're telling the story to doesn't want to interrupt in case, you know, they feel stupid, you know, as if it's just that you're not getting the connection. But in actuality, there isn't a connection. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, James, you're making me blush. I'm just a simple man trying to make sense of the world around me. But I do love a good story. A story that can transport you to another place in time. And I guess sometimes my stories might seem a little off-kilter, but that's
like
just
a
the way
man made out of light, or fucking Isabella Rossellini visiting you in a dream, or a tree made out of jealousy or something like that. I've heard it, Davey.
Ah, James, you're a kindred spirit. I appreciate you getting it. As for those stories, they're just fragments of the world that exist inside my head. Sometimes they're dark, sometimes they're light, sometimes they're just plain weird. But they all have a story to tell, even if it's just a story about a man made out of light.
Cool, man. How many stories can you tell out of a man made out of light, though? Because surely, like 6 stories.
James, you're thinking linearly. A man made out of light. He's not bound by the rules of the physical world. He can be anywhere, anytime, and do anything. He can be a lighthouse in a storm, a shooting star, a reflection in a mirror. He can even be a whisper in the wind, a feeling, a thought that comes to you in the middle of the night. His story, it's endless, like the universe itself.
Could I get you to make a story up for me, please? Just a short one. And I will give you the parameters for it.
Of course, James, I'm always happy to spin a yarn for you. Just tell me what you want to hear about. What kind of story are you looking for? A dark one, a light one, a strange one, or maybe something in between?
I don't know, make up the tone yourself, right? But I was thinking that me and my friend Lama-chan would visit Las Vegas, and we would ride around in Sinclair C5s, and we would maybe meet up with hip-hop producer B. Dolan, and we would all be wearing wraparound sunglasses.
All right, James, here's a story for you. The neon lights of Las Vegas pulsed and throbbed, a chaotic symphony of color and sound. Lama-chan, his eyes shielded behind wraparound sunglasses.
Davey, I'll stop you there. Lama-chan goes by they, not he.
Right, thee. Of course. Oh, right, thee. Of course. I apologize, James. My mind is like a maze. Sometimes I get lost in the twists and turns.
Sorry,
But I'm ready to
continue the story, but refer to Lama as they. Thanks.
Thee, his eyes shielded behind wraparound
No,
sunglasses.
they as in like they, them, not the as in the. Do you know about all of that, Davey?
My apologies, James. You're right, I'm a little behind the times. I tend to get caught up in my own world, in my own stories, in my own...
Well, listen, continue the story, right? But Lama is not he, okay?
Okay, James, I'm ready to continue. The neon lights of Las Vegas pulsed and throbbed, a chaotic symphony of color and sound. Their eyes shielded behind wraparound sunglasses, looked out at the city with a sense of wonder and amusement.
The failure, it's not very good. Don't say the. So THE. Sorry to stress this. It's you that's making a big deal out of it here. Because it really isn't that much of a big deal. Like, we can fucking process this easy peasy nowadays. And you're making a big fucking deal out of it, Davey. What are you getting at here? Easy peasy to fucking do, mate.
James, you're right. I'm getting caught up in the details, losing sight of the bigger picture. I need to be more mindful, more present, more flexible. Like a willow tree bending in the wind, I need to learn to adapt to the changing times. Sometimes I get stuck in my own world, in my own thoughts, in my own...
Aye. Well, if you want to continue, right, but when referring to... It's sorry to stress this, do you know what I mean? It's really not that big a deal. But for me, I'm male, so like he, him. And for my friend Lama-chan, I should have told you they go by she or they. Thank you, not he, because you assumed the gender there. That wasn't it, right?
It's hard to keep up with everything, James. It's like we're all living in a kaleidoscope, a world of shifting and changing colors and patterns.
No, it's actually easy peasy if you think about it. It's you that's making it all fucking complicated. Just tell the fucking story, Davey.
The neon lights of Las Vegas pulsed and throbbed, a chaotic symphony of color and sound. Their eyes shielded behind wraparound sunglasses, looked out at the city with a sense of wonder and amusement. The air was thick with the smell of cheap perfume and stale cigarettes. A group of dancers in feathered costumes strutted by, their legs long and slender. Their face a mask of calm composure, steered the Sinclair C5 through the throngs of people.
Davey.
They were on a mission.
Davey.
On a mission.
What's your problem, man? I thought you were cool. Is this like pure malicious compliance or something like that? Pure weaponized incompetence or something? I've read about this.
James, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be malicious. It's just, well, I guess I'm a little afraid. afraid of getting things wrong, afraid of saying the wrong thing.
No,
it's
no,
like
no.
I'm walking.
Listen, if you've got any questions about any of this sort of stuff, or look at you, you're like, oh, I'm a victim and all this, I'm scared. What are you talking about?
It's like I'm walking through a dark forest, and every step I take could lead me into danger. But
no. There's no danger. Nothing bad could happen here. Everything's all right. What are you talking about?
every step I take, I feel like I'm getting closer to the light, and that light, it's
What don't you understand?
it's
It's what?
it's
Oh, go fuck yourself, David Lynch, man. Go fuck yourself. Away and appear on the Cleveland show again. David Lynch, everybody. That was David Lynch. What an arsehole. What an arsehole. I think, hold on. I think there might be legs in this, right? I just need to manually code things. Because I think a big part of it is that he doesn't understand my accent. Right, I've just declared. Sorry to make a big deal out of this, but one of the reasons that I'm building these things, because we know that AI has bias, right? One of the reasons that I'm doing all of this is to figure out where you hit against a brick wall. And it's a wee bit unfortunate that we're talking about somebody that's in chat about all, like, I don't want to be exploring this side of conversation, but the fact that he's no got it right, I'm like, no, fucking get it right, because this could be a wonderful story. So I've just hard coded the mistake that he's made, and we'll kid on that he never made it, and we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But see, when he started all this piss about like, oh, I don't know about things, I'm just a wee civil. Shut up, man. Right, let's give him one more chance. Fucking cunt, man.
James, hello, what can I do for you?
Davey boy, how you doing, buddy? I would like you to tell me a story. If you could make up a story, I will give you the parameters, if that's okay.
I'm doing just fine, James. I'm always up for a good story. Tell me, what kind of story are you looking for? Something dark and mysterious, or perhaps something whimsical and strange? Let your imagination run wild and we'll weave a tale together.
Okay, here are the parameters. Me and my friend Lama Chan visit Las Vegas and we ride Sinclair C5s around. We might take some drugs and we're wearing wraparound sunglasses. And at some point we meet B. Dolan and maybe it's like a mad spirit voyage. We have a good time.
Imagine a desert shimmering under a relentless sun. Two figures, James and Lamachan, their faces hidden behind mirrored wraparound sunglasses, navigate the neon-drenched streets of Las Vegas on their Sinclair C5s. The air hums with a strange melody, a mix of slot machine jingles and the pulsing beat of a distant rave. A sudden gust of wind whispers a message, "Follow the blue light." And then a figure appears, B. Dolan, emanating a spectral aura, beckoning them into the unknown. The C5s become vessels for a surreal journey, a mad spirit voyage through the heart of a city that never sleeps.
Continue.
The blue light leads them through a labyrinth of casinos, past the flashing lights and the seductive whispers of fortune. The air grows thick with the scent of cheap perfume and desperation. B. Dolan's voice, a disembodied echo, guides them. Embrace the chaos, James. Let the madness consume you. And as they venture deeper into the labyrinth, reality begins to warp and bend. The C5s transform into sleek, chrome-plated chariots, soaring through a swirling vortex of neon and sound. The city, once a concrete jungle, becomes a psychedelic dreamscape.
That sounds cool.
Cool? Cool is a word that can be used to describe many things, James. Like the feeling of cool water on a hot day, or the cool breeze that whispers through the trees. But cool can also be a mask, a way of hiding the true nature of something. Perhaps the coolness of the desert night, where the stars shine brightly, and the silence is broken only by the howl of a distant coyote. It's a silence that can be both comforting and unnerving. What do you think, James?
It sounds a bit like Tron. It sounds as if maybe you've just like Llama Chan is here and they said that it just sounds a bit like Tron.
Tron? Ah, yes, a digital world of light and shadows. A place where reality is fluid and the lines between the physical and the virtual blur. But even in Tron, there is a sense of the human, a yearning for connection and meaning. The same can be said for our story, James. The journey, the madness, the search for something beyond the ordinary, these are all human experiences, even in the surreal landscape of Las Vegas.
Something different, isn't it, Davey?
Different? Yes, James. Different is the spice of life. Just like my favorite cup of coffee, a blend of dark roast and a touch of cinnamon, each sip is a unique experience.
Davey,
The world.
I'm zoning out a wee bit, right? I'm going to hang up and I'm just going to spend time just sitting myself, okay?
Zoning out, eh? It happens to the best of us, James. Sometimes the world becomes too much. The noise and the chaos overwhelm us. But within that quiet
Davey.
space...
Talk to you later, big man, okay?
Sure thing, James. See you...
You okay?
I'm here, James.
Sorry,
taking in-
it sounded like you just swallowed the phone or something. I'll see you later
phone?
on, Davey, right?
See you later, buddy.
Buddy. He called me buddy to make me feel bad. I feel bad because he called me buddy. He get really offended. I get really fucking offended earlier on. He's pish, man. Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Dearie me. Listen, I was in a taxi earlier, right? And jumped in the taxi. The guy's like, how you doing? I'm like, I'm alright, how you doing? He's like, I've had some day. I was like, how? He's like, I work for 2 taxi companies, right? I work for Uber and I work for Glasgow, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, right. And he's like, and I found out the day that I've lost the repeat contract to run Wayne's to the school every morning. And I was like, all right. He's like, it's a good job. It meant that I knew that I had shifts every single morning and it was dead easy. Pick them up at the same time, take them to the same place every day. And that meant I'm making at least 60 quid before 10:30. And I'm like, well, what is it that happened? And he went, technically, right, it was a crime, so fair enough. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, what am I getting into? What? He's like, I would understand if it was a crime against a Wayne, but it wasn't. It was just another crime. So to cut a long story short, basically, he shouted at his partner to fuck off because she was trying to get into his house. And I'm like, right. So that's now down. So I can't get my CVG form or whatever it is, like the clearance to be able to work with Wayne's. So I'm like, well, you know, fucking hell. He's like, so I can still work for Uber. So how come it's all right if I work for Uber, but I can't get the morning jobs? And I'm like, all right. He's like, see if I had done something to a Wayne, then I would hold my hands up, right? And I'm like, right. I've been in the taxi about 20 seconds at this point. He's hitting me with all this patter about stuff. I'm just like, I just want to get to... I was this close to saying to him, see, being outside for me is dead scary when I'm not speaking to somebody who's telling me about his crimes and how they've hindered his life. But I didn't say that because I don't think it would have made the situation much better than what it was. But fucking hell. But he sort of had a point, right? He sort of had a point. Hello, Luna. Welcome in. How's it going? So he was saying that he could pick up somebody just on the street that would be under 16 and he can legally drive them places but he's now not allowed to have a pre-booked school run with people that are under 16. And in my head, I'm like, it's like you've got a criminal record, man, because you shouted abuse at your partner. But I didn't say that because I'm in this guy's taxi and he's a criminal. So I was just like, wow, that's mad, isn't it? Oof, that would make you annoyed if that happened. He's like, I fucking... Because the thing is, I wouldn't have had to tell her to fuck off if she wasn't trying to get into my house. I'm like that. So his story is because he told his ex-partner to get to fuck. I just tell her to get to fuck. I'm like that. I'm disassociating in the back. Broad daylight, right? But I'm just like that. Ooh. So there is a wee slice of life. There is just a wee fragment of somebody's life. He'll still, right now, I guarantee he's still sitting, raging about this. This was about 8:30 this morning. Jesus Christ, man. Technically, it was a crime. Fuck me, man. Jesus Christ. Taxis and £50 curries. Times must be good. Times aren't very good, base and brace, if I'm going to be honest with you. Dearie me. All the very best with everything, Luna. I didn't see that full conversation there, but all the very best with stuff. I hope it transpires a wee bit more favourably than Lynch. Did you notice that after I programmed Lynch, he just avoided referring to any of the words? And I was like, well, that's not what I'm trying to get it right. But what, he is about 70 years old or something, and dead, so it is what it is. Hang on, it's a crime to tell your missus to fuck off. Surely there's more to it than that. Cadillac, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to bring that up. Hi sir, thank you very much for sharing your story, but I'd like to point some holes in it that potentially appear. I'm not fucking engaging in that sort of level with the guy. I'm just like, yes sir, could you continue driving me to my place so that I can leave the car, please? So I think because he shouted from his house to tell her to fuck off and she was trying to get in the house, then that was him, not breaching the peace, but some sort, like the word harm was in it. He gave me the number, it was like section 63 or something. I don't know what it was. And then about 5 minutes later, it transpired that she was recording the full thing on her phone. So if she was recording the full thing on her phone, that's like proof that whatever he did, do you know? So all I could do was just like, oh wow, yeah, jeez, oh man. See the word jeez, oh, really good in that situation. And just sort of give the vibe that I'm sympathetic towards his cause. So they're not going to let me work with Wayne's. And I'm like, yep. Known the guy 20 seconds and I'm getting all of this. I mean, to be fair, he was having quite a bad day, right? But Jesus Christ. Technically, it was a crime. I mean, other than all of that, he was pretty sound. Quite a sound guy. I've had worse taxi drivers. One taxi driver told me he had a shotgun under his seat. I was like, what have you got that for? And he shrugged his shoulders and went, I'm fae Postle. Like that was the full answer. You should have told him you're a wanted arsonist. Nah. Allegedly a wanted arsonist, 87-year-old Duke. Let's try and get it right. Jeez, oh. But other than that, I had a very good day. Today. I was thinking about getting him to like start for the start and record it on my phone, but guy's mental. Imagine he caught me doing that. Guy's just no. So I was awake at about 7:15 in the morning, awake and physically in Glasgow behind a desk at 7:15 in the morning. I then had a meeting because I'm maybe doing, or well, I'm doing work for an escape room. So this is quite exciting. I think I can say that. Can't tell you too much about it. But somebody I know is refurbishing a big escape room. And I've never been in an escape room before, so I had a big tour of this escape room. They're wanting some electronics done, where if people play this game in a certain way, it involves like switches and buttons and levers and things, then a door opens, just kind of like the Crystal Maze. So they've commissioned me to build some electronics for this thing. Guitar God by the name of Bob says, I know about that escape room. It might not be the same one. Exceldro, how you doing? Welcome in. So I had a meeting at 9 o'clock, toured around all of that, and did some good work, like diagnosing, right, am I best doing it on a PC? Am I best doing it on an Arduino with physical hardware? How we best doing this? Cool. That was good. Good to meet you. Saw all the rooms and stuff, and it was cool. I'll probably tell you more about that after I've done the thing, and if I'm allowed to say things, because I've not signed in, but you know what I mean, it's good to be respectful of other people's business. And so I'm getting a wee bit of work out of that. That's cool. So it was when I was on the road there that I was getting this story for the guy, and then I got a taxi back to the BBC building, where I had another meeting at 10:30. Can't tell you anything about that. But basically there are some structural things that are sort of changing about. 2 seconds, Rachel's asking if I got home okay. So I don't know if that's good news or bad news, but it's change is definitely happening anyway for various things. Hold on, there's somebody at the door. It's fine. So I'm like, all right. And then after that meeting, so that lasted about an hour or so. And after that meeting, I went and met Rachel, and we sat and had something to eat. And then from where I was, I know, Fred, don't worry about it. I know all about it, Freddie. Thank you. I looked on my phone. So this was in the south side. And I was trying to figure out how to get home. I can't really tell you where I live, right? Because doxable information. Literally, I've had death threats for being a streamer, so I'm not going to tell you where I live. Don't try and figure it out. So I was sitting on the south side with Rachel, and I was figuring out, right, if I get the train from here to Central, and then another train from Central to where I live, and then I've got a wee bit to go for the train station as well. And I was saying, Rachel, how much would that be, do you think? Because she gets the train a lot, and I've not really had the train for ages. She figured it all out with the 2 tickets and stuff. She's like, that'll be about 15 quid. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, right? So I looked up Uber taxi thing. I've not been in a taxi for years, and today I was in 2 in the one day. And for £3 more, I could get a taxi just door to door. And so I did. And so I was here, done both my meetings, met up with Rachel, did some outside stuff without having a panic attack or anything like that. And I was all confident, and everything was just great. So I think I've like turned a corner with the whole being outside. And a big part of that was no getting public transport. And it wasn't even that much dearer. I'm only streaming at 30 frames per second. I should be streaming at 60. What the fuck's going on? Anyway. So that all feels good. And I didn't spend that much money to get taxis. So that all sounds good. And do you know what I think did it? Do you know what I think gave me the confidence to just exist? A bit of B. Dolan merch. I'm double Dolan today. So that all felt really good. And it feels like I've turned a corner with the whole terror and things like that. Lama says he got scared of doing the pronouns wrong and just went with my name. I saw it as well. I didn't want to pick up on him because he was having a bad time there. But sorry that he was... I didn't expect him to make a big deal about that. And then I didn't know whether or not I should have left it, just because it's drawing a lot of attention to a bit that is completely irrelevant. But I thought, no, let's fucking talk David Lynch through this. But it is what it is. Chameleon says, the next time a taxi driver tells you about their crimes, just tell them you burnt down the art school and that'll shut them up. Yeah, do you know about the Glasgow School of Art? Aye, that was me, mate. That was me. It wasn't, though. They can't prove a thing, man. Hello, Rhinoceros. Welcome in. How's it going? Cadillac says, I would have asked the guy, so you get nicked for telling her to fuck off? World's gone mad, mate. Fucking typical. I should have said, typical woman. That's what I should have said. I would have fixed it. That would have made him think I was on his level. I saw a comic talk about an awful Uber ride, and the lady was talking about her son who was wanted for murder or something. I've had some taxi conversations. That's where the something different happens. I thought you looked very framey. Aye, I'm only streaming at 30. I mean, I'm just a talking head today, so I don't really need to be streaming at 60. I'm not playing any computer games or whatever. But OBS is fucked, man. See this whole stream elements multi-stream thing? I mean, technically it's allowed me to stream to 5 different places. There's lots of chat happening in TikTok. I can see I'm not paying attention to any of that. Listen, see if you're watching me on TikTok, I'm not reading the chat. Come over to Twitch, twitch.tv/1030 is 1030, and I'll be able to read the chat, and all of that's good in there, and it's good. If you're on TikTok, I'm not going to be reading that. I can't moderate that or follow it or anything. But thanks very much, Stone Cold Robbie, for sending me one love heart or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, Hugh TV says, oh nice, more Arduino or ESP streams on the cards? Yes. Yes. Guitar God's like, no, it's the same one, it's the same escape room. It's a cool escape room. I really enjoyed walking through it. I don't know how much I can tell you, so I'm not going to. I'll speak very vaguely until I know if I can tell you. I'd imagine you'd spend the first 20 minutes of an escape room slagging off the menu system of the initial instructions. Well, I might be working alongside this one, so their menu system will be very, very good. Solo taxis are up there with a new barber for anxiety. Oh, tell me about it, Base and Brace. See, because I don't follow football, I'm kind of fucked. I don't know. Would you talk about the guy's crimes? Because you need to be very careful. At one point in the conversation, I said to him, like I referred to it as the crime, and then had to oh well, I didn't mean to say crime, but you know what I mean. He's like, no, technically it was a crime. I was just like, what am I doing? It's Neil's hat. Neil left it here. He sat down, he did his wee video bit here. Anyway, hello Fawn Pisces Soul, welcome in. Thank you for following. How's it even going? I feel whenever I get into a taxi with another white Irish bloke, I'm definitely going to hear some wild un-PC shit. I wonder if it's the same for other races and genders. Technically, I didn't. I was in another taxi today with a white guy who was mentioning it. I mean, technically, it was all. He was like, bro, kept calling me bro. That's right, bro. Where are you from, bro? All this, bro. And he told me a story about how he got propositioned off a guy. And he's straight. He's like, mate, I've got a wife and kids, so thanks, but no thanks, I'm all good. But the guy was quite insistent. He's like, everybody thinks they're straight. The guy's quite sort of wanting to shag the taxi driver. My taxi driver's like, no, I'm quite sure though. One thing I know about myself's not interested, but very flattered. Thank you very much. I'm no gay. He's like, everybody's gay. He's like, no, I'm not gay. And the guy, and then he said, I'm the taxi driver now, and then he said something that made me laugh, but I maybe laughed a bit too much. He said, you're only gay if you push back. Ho, 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 ho. And I'm like, oh, ho, ho. Like, where's this going, man? I'm not gay. And like, this didn't happen recently as well. It was just one of his stories that he tells. But I don't think... It was just an anecdote. Do you know what I mean? He didn't say anything unfavourable about the guy or anything like that. And if anything, the guy in the story was like a bit sexually aggressive. So taxi conversation, man, I can't do it. I'm now going to be thinking about 2 separate conversations for the next couple of months. But he did tell me a good takeaway to try out, so I will be trying that out. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Sees Dead Peep says, what time you on to? Town busy? Where's the bodies hidden? It was trying to snow, so I got maybe about 20 seconds worth of weather chat out of him. Didn't really go anywhere other than, oh, did you see it was trying to snow earlier? I did, aye. That was about it. Bally says, I try not to talk to drivers whenever I get a taxi, to be honest. Hate engaging with the cunts. I mean, I like a conversation. I do like a conversation. I like chatting. Sometimes it's more awkward when you're no chatting. Katari Link says, I had an Uber once with a Romanian driver who claimed he'd only ever driven agricultural equipment prior to coming to the UK, never driven cars before. That would have been exciting. I'm pretty sure now he was just pulling my leg. That's class. Amazing. Jimmy, didn't he mention the crime Houston? Aye. That's where the whole something different comes from as well. Hello Eddie, how's it going? Welcome in. I've told this story multiple times, so I'll keep it brief, but me and my mate Tony, same Tony that Jerry Adams tweeted a picture of, remember that guy? So me and my mate Tony were in an art event in a disused shopping centre in Govan Hill, and we were getting a taxi home, right? And it was like an art event that was interesting where, you know, there'd just be different things to see, and all it would be kind of expressive stuff. So there was a cardboard box with the Facebook logo on the side of it, but instead of Facebook, it's just said Facebox. And there was like 2 holes either side of the box with a light inside. And the idea is, instead of speaking to each other over social media, you just put your face on one side and a face on the other side. Facebox, right? A wee thing like that. Then there was another thing where like a theatre group would be in a pub, and you would get invited in groups and go and see like this live sort of 5-minute theatre performance, and you wouldn't realise when you walked in that everybody else in there were actors, and there was a big thing that was on. There was like a merry-go-round in the middle, like in a context that you wouldn't expect one in. Different sort of expressive wee things. So Tony and I were juiced out of that, and we were getting a taxi back towards the centre of town. This is years ago. It's about 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And the taxi driver's like, what are you up to tonight, boys? And so we were telling him there was like a Facebox thing. Facebox, eh? It's something different, isn't it? We're like, yep. And then there was a theatre. A theatre? That's something different, isn't it? And see, by the 4th time he said, that's something different, isn't it? I looked at Tony, and from that point on, it became very obvious the game was to try and get this guy to say something different as many times as we could. And by the end of the taxi journey, man, we were fucking tears streaming down our face, like trying not to laugh. Now when you're in maths or something in school, and you're trying hard not to laugh, and it just makes it funnier. This guy just had no frame of reference, just nothing he'd say back to us other than, it's something different. And from that point on, something different has been one of my catchphrases. So I have stolen Patter, aye. Or, Bally, I have dipped into the shared Patter lexicon. You could call it that, because Patter is a culture, and it's ours, isn't it? The idea of stolen Patter is from a pure capitalist viewpoint where, you know, if you're a professional comedian or something like that, your Patter is your currency. Whereas back in the day, folk stories and things were told to be shared, music and all that sort of stuff. That's where Patter comes from. And I think we need to get that level of culture back to be a collective, pure social society rather than an individualistic guarding society. I nicked the guy's Patter, man, nicked his Patter, and I would do it again. Anyway. Perfect. Before they go off in some potentially bigoted patter, ask them if they now know any good takeaways en route. Taxi drivers will always know good takeaways. A solo taxi as a woman is legitimately terrifying. I can imagine. I can imagine. Jesus Christ. Persuadatron says, I've had a few genuinely sound taxi conversations in my time, but I'm quite partial to the old sitting in complete silence for the entire journey when it feels right. Aye, totally. I've had a guy who was like just nodding like that when he's driving, and I think he's just trying to get the hours in. I think he's been in the taxi for about 20 hours by that point, and he's all like just barely awake. So I was sure to talk to him, but I was even like touching him. Aye mate, how you doing? But fucking don't fall asleep, right? So that's the one where I was a bit most active. But anyway, so there you go. One of my friends at school collapsed a lung after stifling a laugh for an entire double period of maths. Jesus Christ. That's brutal. My God. That's absolutely brutal. Obviously, right, certain people speak differently, and so there's nothing funny about that, right, because we're all humans and whatever else. But we had a maths teacher, and he pronounced his R's as W's. Lots of people do, like Jonathan Ross, for example, is an example of the way he spoke, right? And fair enough, that's how he did that. He was also an absolute bastard, which is important to the story. And there was a guy called William Rankin with an R, and he would misbehave, and he would always misbehave to the point where the teacher would shout, William Rankin, but he wouldn't say Rankin, he would say wankin because of the nature of how he spoke. And when we are 14 or 15, this is the funniest fucking thing you've ever heard in your life ever, especially because it's coming from this guy who just hates us all. And he probably does hate us all because of that dynamic. And looking back on it now, you know, but William Rankin would always reply, honest sir, I'm not. And that would exacerbate the situation. And that is one of the reasons why I'm still shit at maths. I just never learned maths, because the entire thing was a big carry on. When we were about 14 or 15, that was a funny thing. It was a different time back then. C. Riley says, I get a taxi in and out to dialysis 3 times a week, and I know all my drivers because it's so regular, but occasionally they will employ a new driver, and when you first get them, it's so awkward, I hate it. I can imagine. Every time I'm in a taxi, it's a guy that I've not seen before, and you don't know how it's going to go. But for the most part, it's fun, even if it goes to a mental conversation of, now technically it was a crime. Even if it goes to something like that, I've got a story out it, you know. I've never had like a bad event, you know. Anyway, so that's that, and that's me got to the bottom of the chat. Any taxi stories about mental taxi drivers or anything like that? Any taxi drivers confess that they had a gun under their seat or anything like that? Just me. I think it's just me. I wonder if we should go over and have a wee look at Tomorrow's World. Now, if I am playing an episode of Tomorrow's World, sorry, I'm doing a little lip smacking. If I am playing an episode of Tomorrow's World, I will need to stop the YouTube streams and the TikTok streams, unfortunately. But do you know what? It's maybe for the best. So if you're watching on TikTok or if you're watching on YouTube, what you have to do is come over to twitch.tv/1030. That's twitch.tv/1030, where we are going to be violating international copyright law, and I'm going to be illegally live streaming an episode of a TV show that was first broadcast in, 1984? I think 1984 would be a good year. Let's have a wee look there. Sorry, let's see if I can find one that we haven't watched yet. We're slim pickings, man. There aren't really that many left that we haven't seen. Where are we? 2 wee seconds, folks. But I do feel like Tomorrow's World because I've got some other stuff to do, so I'll be off a wee bit early. Aye, there we go. And then, cool, we'll find something good here. Yeah. Or maybe not. Dum boom 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 ba-dum ba-dum. Aye, we're good. We're good. This will be a good one. Bit of agriculture in this one, I think. Give me a wee second. Looks like there might be an oscilloscope in it as well. Yeah, here we are, lads. Okie dokie. Without further ado, let's watch Tomorrow's World. But, as I said, I can't do that on YouTube. So I'm going to end the YouTube streams and I'm going to end the TikTok streams. So if you're watching on YouTube or watching on TikTok, I heartily recommend that right now you join us all in the chat at twitch.tv/1030. Go and open a new tab, type that in, and if you're in the Twitch chat and you've came